Hey YouTube, this is Point Shooter. Today I'm going to be doing a survival gear review. I'd like to talk today about the Aquamira Frontier water filter. This is the filter straw, which is a very lightweight, minimalist style water filter. As most of you know, I'm an outdoor enthusiast and also a survival enthusiast, and I feel that it's always important to stay prepared. So I have one of these with me most of the time. Not necessarily, it's not part of my EDC gear, but it's generally part of my carry whenever I'm wearing a pack. Whether I am home or traveling, I'll generally have this with me. This is basically an entry-level water filter. It's the bare minimum that I think you'd need in a survival kit. Weighs about a little over an ounce. It'll filter up to 20 gallons, and what it is it's simply a straw with a filter, and what you'll do is you'll take this end here, dip it in the water source, and suck through the straw, and that's how you get your water. Like I said, it's pretty much bare minimum. It beats drinking right out of the stream, and it would be enough to keep you alive for some time if you were waiting to be rescued or didn't have any other way to purify your water. I take this with me every time I'm hiking, whether it's a day hike or a short walk in the woods. This comes with me. It is the piece of survival gear other than a knife. It is in my top 5 survival items. A water filter of some sort. This is generally what I have with me. I haven't yet invested in a pump system because I don't generally do situations where I don't carry water. So I usually will have enough with me that I don't need to filter from a source, but this is what I carry as a backup. Like I said, it's very small, it's very compact. I'll compare it here against a standard Bic pen. You can see it's just about a little bit shorter, about 2 inches shorter. What I do is I just take a strip of electrical tape, tape that straw right to the side of the filter, and then this rides in my pack. You can see at the end here you've got the filter. At the end, it's a little hard to see, but it's a black filter. Up here's where the straw attaches, and this straw does expand. Very short, but you really don't need much reach because you're drinking straight out of the source. The other thing you could do, and which I would generally recommend, is to take a bottle and just fill it up with water and let the sediment settle out so you don't clog up this filter. They say it does 20 gallons, which will refill my Nalgene bottle, which is a 32-ounce bottle, more than 100 times. That's plenty for me. So I don't feel the need to really have much more than that. I think that for me, if I was in a situation where I needed to call upon this, it really would, I would probably fill that bottle a few times. The one disadvantage is it's going to be hard to fill your bottle, and think about it. You're drawing water up through a straw, and you're not able to put it in your bottle unless you decide to spit that water out into your bottle. It's not the most pleasant thing to think about, but in a survival situation, it's something you might have to do. The best thing about this filter is that it's cheap, it's lightweight, and it's the kind of thing that you can just stick in your cargo pocket if you're going out in the woods with your knife, your first aid kit, and your signaling gear, and just go with that. This is the kind of thing that, as I mentioned, I never leave without whenever I'm out in the outdoors. And generally, most places I try to have this, not necessarily on my person, but accessible to me. It will ride for my bailout bag, my get-home bag. Any of my survival kits generally will have this with them. I'm also a believer in water purification tablets, but it'll require a container, and if you're just on foot and don't have any sort of water container with you, this is what you might use. Now the instructions, it talks about attaching the straw, don't submerge the straw in the water. That's pretty much a no-brainer. The first time I used this, what I had to do was draw the water up through the straw, and you get the carbon deposit. There wasn't a whole lot for me, but it's like the first time you use a Brita filter. You have to get that carbon out. Taste is not bad. The one problem with this is that it only will filter out down to, I believe it's 0.3 microns, which will not filter out viruses. This is not a purifier. This will get the chunky stuff out of your water. It'll filter out crypto and giardia, but it will not take care of viruses. So if you live in an area where it's virus prone, if I was traveling abroad, this is not the filter I'd have with me. I would want something like the Katadyn My Bottle Purifier or the First Need Purifier, both of which are going to soon be part of my survival equipment. This is what I consider a minimalist water filter. A lot of people that I know hike with the Aquamira Frontier Pro, which is the upgraded version of this, which can actually attach onto a bladder, such as a platypus bottle, or directly onto your hydration system. And I do hike with a Camelback. I have an Osprey pack with a Nalgene bladder, and I really like the bladder, but I don't enjoy filling it with contaminated water. I always try to filter my water before I put it in my system, usually by boiling. But I could, in a survival situation, if I couldn't make fire, I could just suck out of this, fill up my bladder, and go. So, overall, this is a very valuable piece of survival gear. Usually under 20 bucks. I've seen them online as low as $12. Some you may find them a little bit cheaper, a little bit more expensive. If you're going to go with a system like this, I'd go with the Frontier Pro because it gives you more options, but it's also a little heavier. It's a little bit bulkier, and I wanted something that was more compact because this is something that I really hope I'll never have to call upon. Other than the initial testing, I would be very happy if this never got used again in my life. I would really hope that I never have to call upon it, but I'm glad that I have it. So this was just a quick video to give you my impressions of this Frontier filter. It's definitely a great peace of mind, and if you're ever in a situation, I can guarantee you'll be glad you'll have this. Let me know if you have any questions, and as always, keep watching for more videos. This is Point Shooter, signing out.